Have you ever looked at your cat and just felt like you're living in two totally different worlds? Well, you are. But what if I told you that with just a few simple, science-backed changes, you could turn your home into the absolute paradise your cat was born to live in? And no, this isn't about buying a bunch of expensive toys. It's about learning to see the world through their eyes. It's about making small tweaks that will completely transform their happiness. You know, it all kind of starts with this one familiar scene. Your cat just completely mesmerized by a blank wall. So what's the deal? Are they seeing ghosts? Are they just bored? The truth is actually way more interesting. That intense stare, it's a silent signal. It's a clue that your cat is living in a world that just doesn't quite fit them. And yeah, science totally backs us up. A study from the University of Lincoln found that our cats spend nearly a third of their day, 30%, in a state they call alert frustration. Just imagine feeling all revved up with absolutely nowhere to go. That's their daily reality. They're not relaxed, but they can't be the predators they're meant to be either. They're just kind of stuck. But here's where things get really, really hopeful. Veterinary behaviorists say that a whopping 60% of the issues that drive us nuts, the scratching, the random aggression, it's not because you have a bad cat. It's a cry for help. It means their environment is failing them, not the other way around. And the best part? That's something we can totally fix. So here's our roadmap. We're going to start by really getting a handle on their hidden stress. Then we'll introduce the 3 scientific pillars of their well-being. After that, we'll walk through 7 solid transformations, and we'll wrap it all up with a practical action plan you can start, today. Okay, first things first, let's try to step into their paws for a minute. To us, our home is a sanctuary, it's our cozy space. But to a cat, an animal that is hardwired to be both a predator and prey, our big open floor plans can feel like a wide, exposed field with zero cover. It's this huge mismatch between our idea of comfort and their deep-seated need for security. This right here, this visual, just nails the problem perfectly. You see comfort, you see order. Your cat sees a flat, boring horizontal world. A world that offers no high ground, no place to hide, no strategic advantage whatsoever. It's kind of like asking a bird to live without the sky. And it's not just about what they see. Try to imagine navigating your day with a sense of smell that's 40 times more powerful than your own. Yeah, with 200 million scent receptors compared to our measly 5 million, their world is this rich, complex map of information that we can't even begin to perceive. Your home isn't just a physical space to them, it's a scent landscape, and it has to feel safe and familiar. So what do they actually need from us? Well, scientists at Ohio State University have pretty much boiled it all down to 3 fundamental pillars. These are the very foundation of a cat's psychological health. Let's break these down because they're super important. First, security. They need safe places to retreat to when they feel overwhelmed. Second, stimulation. They need ways to actually use their brains and their bodies. And third, this one's a biggie, autonomy. The ability to control their own world and make their own choices. These 3 pillars, they're the key to everything. And when you get this right, I'm telling you, the change can be life-altering. Just take Luna, a rescue cat. Her owner, Sarah, was at her wit's end. Luna was screaming, destroying furniture, just lashing out. But once Sarah started applying these principles, the real Luna started to come out. Like Sarah said, she finally felt like she understood what Luna had been trying to tell her the whole time. All right, let's get into the good stuff. Our first set of transformations. These are all about turning that flat, boring world into the awesome, 3-dimensional territory they absolutely crave. Okay, so our first 3 transformations are total game changers. We're going to build a cat highway of vertical spaces, turn your windows into cat TV, and create what are called scent soaker spots that let them claim their territory. Scent stations are really just designated spots, like a scratching post or a special blanket, where they can rub their face or scratch to leave their scent. It makes them feel way more secure. And if you think those window zones don't really matter, get this. Research from the University of Bristol found that cats with good window access can spend up to 5 hours a day just watching the world go by. That's 5 hours of natural, fulfilling entertainment that costs you next to nothing to provide. Okay, next up we have to address the tiny predator living in our homes. These next transformations are all about satisfying their deepest, most primal instinct, that powerful drive to hunt. So here's the crucial thing to understand. Playing isn't just about dangling a toy around. For it to be truly satisfying for your cat, it has to follow the entire hunting sequence. Your cat needs to stalk, then chase, pounce, And this is the most important part. They need to capture their prey. Finishing that sequence with a small treat or a bite of food completes the whole neurological cycle and prevents that alert frustration we talked about. This quote from David, who owns an anxious cat named Shadow, just hits the nail on the head. He saw these dramatic changes once he started doing this kind of structured hunting play. He had this aha moment where he realized he wasn't living with a cuddly toy, he was living with a sophisticated predator whose needs had to be respected. And that leads us to this really fascinating concept. It's called contraloading. All it means is that animals, cats included, are actually hardwired to want to work for their food. This is exactly why puzzle feeders are not just some gimmick. They provide absolutely essential mental stimulation and tap right into a cat's natural desire to forage and solve problems. It's about feeding their brain, not just their belly. This brings us to our final and maybe the most profound transformation. This one isn't about adding shelves or buying new toys. It's about shifting our own mindset. So here's the wild paradox of cat relationships. The more choice you give your cat, the more affection they will give you. Forcing interaction, even when you mean well, just teaches them to be wary of you. But when you simply offer a connection and let them decide, you create a cat who actively wants to come and seek you out. And the data on this is crystal clear. Research shows that cats are 60% more receptive to our affection when they are the ones who initiate and control the interaction. We've basically been doing it backwards this whole time. Okay, so that's the science and the psychology of it all. Now for the big question, how do we actually make this happen? Let's turn all these ideas into a practical, manageable plan. Hey, don't get overwhelmed. You don't have to do this all at once. Start small. In the first couple of weeks, just focus on adding a little bit of height and making a window more interesting. Then, maybe create some cozy hideaways and scent marking spots. After that, you can introduce a more structured playtime routine. And that final piece, giving them choices, well, that's just a daily practice that will deepen your bond for years and years to come. And listen, this does not have to break the bank. You can see a complete transformation on a super economical budget, just using things like DIY shelves and repurposed cardboard boxes. It's all about creativity and understanding your cat's needs, not about how much money you spend. So, what's the ultimate takeaway from all this? It really is this simple but powerful shift in how we see things. Our goal shouldn't be to force our cats to adapt to our world. It's to learn enough about their world that we can finally give them what they've been asking for all along. So, which transformation are you going to start with?
Before you go, remember this. Your cat is doing something right now that most owners completely miss. At Feline Frontier, we don't just share cute cat facts. We uncover the hidden meanings, the quiet signals, and the strange behaviors your cat uses every single day to communicate with you. From the sounds that instantly calm a stressed cat, to the tiny habits that prove they trust you, to the mistakes that silently hurt them more than you realize. Everything here is designed to help you understand your cat on a deeper level. So if you've ever looked at your cat and thought, "What are you really trying to tell me?" You're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe to Feline Frontier, because the next video might explain something your cat has been waiting years for you to understand. See you in the next frontier of feline truth.